Welcome back. Still tuned into Traders 20. Flat for the benchmarks. What's happening with Midcap?
Absolutely. Midcap, though, we are seeing some bit of traction coming in there. In fact, two of the Tata Group names are the biggest gainers, and their result reactions primarily are Titan Industries. 276 is the level it's trading at right now. 6.5% gain. That's the biggest mover actually on the Midcap index. Tata Global Beverages as well. Another result reaction from last evening. That's 4 rupees higher roughly at this point in time at 157.40. Aurobindo and Sterling are the PHARMA gainers then.
Okay, let's get in Prakash Gaba as well as Sandeep Wagle with their top trading recommendations. Prakash, very weak for ONGC. Where do you see it headed?
Well, ONGC looks like it's weak. It's a broken down structure. I think it should head down to levels closer to around 260. Have a stop about 267 and trade the short side. I like to go for a buy on Ranbaxy. Ranbaxy looks good to me. Has a strong support zones around the levels of 525 or so. That's the place I would have a stop and expect it to climb to levels closer to 540. And third is a RAYMOND. RAYMOND looks like its typical bottom out pattern near the lows of 370, has seen a good up move, and I would say have a stop below 381, trade the long side. We expect it to climb to levels closer to 395 to 398 in the days to come. So RAYMOND also is a buy as well.
Okay, 2 longs and 1 short is what Prakash is recommending right now. Sandeep, if I look at your list, you've got an Oro Pharma, one of the biggest gainers on the Midcap index, but let's start with the first one, that's Adani.
Yes, I have a buy in Adani Enterprises, stop loss of 215.50, target of 230. A very clear price and volumes breakout in the hourly charts. So this kind of a move, a 5% move is expected in the next couple of days time. The second one is a buy in Tata Global. Again, very strong in the hourly as well as the daily charts. Stop loss of 152, target of 165. And the third one is a buy in Oro Pharma, which has broken a multiple resistance in the daily chart. So this should go for a target of 173, and I would place my stop loss at 159.
Okay, thanks very much Prakash and Sandeep for that. A quick break right here on Traders 20. On the other side, we'll be getting in RAJAT'S and Deepak with their fresh trading picks. Stay tuned.
Back with Traders 20 on ET Now.
Well, let's get a check as to what's happening with the small cap index, high by just about 0.5%. Pointing out some of the top gainers then in today's session, you've got a Gujarat Sidhee Cements that's holding up very smartly and firmly in the green as we speak. Apart from that also, Bilcare is holding up quite smartly, so that counter high by close to 5% on last count. Take a look as to how Mastek is also panning out. You've got the counter holding up very smartly as we speak at 235. Ashapura Mindchem, that counter is doing well. And from the IT pack, you've also got a 3i Infotech, which features on the list. But on the downside though, Vertex spinning isn't holding up very smartly. You've also got a Zylog Systems coming under a fair bit of pressure as we speak. VIP Industries is clearly reacting to a dismal set of numbers. You had the loss come in at 1.8 crores vis-a-vis a profit of close to 10 crores last time around. And as we speak, VIP Industries is off by 4.5%. Shoppers Stop not doing too well today, off by 4% at 422. And finally, Kalpata Rupa. In fact, you had a disappointing set of numbers just yesterday. Margin contraction at 8%.
Alright, time then to chat with Rajat and Deepak to get their trading ideas right now. Rajat, let's start off with you, and you've got a recommendation on a Kolkata-based company first up.
Yeah, I'm a tea drinker and I have chosen McLeod Russell. McLeod Russell can be bought because it is showing some kind of a reversal sign after a protracted correction for quite some time, and one can buy it with a stop below 302 and a target of 309 to about 311. The stock looks shows some potential, and the intraday chart is firm as well as it is suggestive of recovery on the daily chart, so one can carry the stock unless stop triggers. I'm expecting some kind of a recovery here. And then Sun Pharma. Pharma is doing pretty well today, and this stock has given a short-term reversal as well, and intraday chart looks pretty firm. So I would suggest a stop below 688 on closing price basis and a target of 703 and 709. Once Sun Pharma gets going, higher targets are quite easily achieved, hence this recommendation. And there is one intraday sell call, that is on SBI. I would say that sell it between say 2110 and 2115, and put a stop above 2125. Targets could be 2085 to about 2075. Intraday chart looks weak, and this is actually an intraday sell recommendation. Otherwise, SBI could be termed as range bound and trendless.
Rajat is buying into McLeod Russell, Sun Pharma, but shorting SBI. Morning, Deepak. What's on your list?
Two buys and a short sell again. I think that's the way it's been all week. The first of them is Bharti Airtel. The first time I'm giving it as a buy, I think, in 5 or 6 months. It's a buy with a stop loss of 271.5, target of 287. And the reason for this reco is the stock has held out now since about 3 or 4 months. It's not been making new lows as it was. And currently it's just broken out from a 4 or 5 week range. It's straight up to a 5 week high. So that's both these things together, a fairly promising setup here. So to repeat, it's a buy with a stop loss 271.5, target of 287. Second buy is Pipavav Defense, stop loss of 78.5, target of 83. The stock has had some pretty sharp swings in both directions, so it's not really recommended for long-term investors. But for short-term traders, there's been a nice breakout from a sideways range, and the stock has in fact climbed to a 15-week high. So this is quite a good short-term trade. And there is just the one short sale. It's an intraday sale in INFOSYS. Stop loss of 2370, target of 2286. The stock's been in a downtrend, not a very spectacular one, but it is sliding, and it should provide reasonably okay returns for day traders. This is a day trade.
So Deepak believes that Bharti is looking up, as is Pipavav Defense, and you could look at shorting and INFOSYS.